So for the trigger guard here, I'm going to go into my custom subtool thing, M, cube, drag that right on there, hide point split hidden, alt tap it, and I'm going to crank the resolution up on this quite a bit. So, because I'm getting a little bit detailed here, so Shift Z, bring that back in, and now I can make this fit that profile a little bit. Cool. And let's go ahead and, well, let's shrink it down enough. So from the back view, it looks like, I don't really have a good back view. I'm using the back 3/4. Let's do a quick mirror and weld. Go across the x-axis with my transform there. Okay, so we've got that there. And you know what? I don't want to sit here and kind of like do this not zoomed in. So what I'm going to do is just, again, paint this detail right on there. Shift Z. And now I can go into solo mode here. Let's clip this back. So clip this back, and you know, just in case this isn't enough resolution, no, it should be. And then we'll alt tap once, alt tap again, and we'll just kind of cut this out. And if I was being smarter, what I would do is turn on polygroups with this clip brush, which maybe I will do in a second. Let's do that. So hold down Control Shift, go grab polygroup. So as I'm clipping, it's giving me a new polygroup. And I'm going to use that in a bit. So now what I can do is if I go here, you're going to see a bunch of polygroups here. Control Shift to isolate both sides, and then Control Shift to just grab these polygroups. Let's go ahead and do a delete hidden. And that should be a pretty clean slice. If it's not, I'm going to temporarily take off just a little edge here, and then Control Shift. Let's do Control W, and then do a slice. There we go, to clean up that edge for me. Isolate this. Delete hidden, mirror and weld. Let's go mirror, mirror and weld. And now what we can do is another quick Z-remesher, half. And if it gives you any trouble, just do a fixed mesh. Try it again. Still not going to do it. You know what we're going to do? Z plugin, decimation master. Let's drop this down to like 30K. Preprocess. Let's go 20K. There we go. And then just keep hitting Z-remesh half, half, half. Let's go ahead and straighten this out. Slice it. Delete hidden. Anyway, nice and simplified. I'm going to isolate this, delete hidden. So now I can go out of solo mode. I can use my QMesh, polygroup all, and we'll give this some thickness here. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip. Good enough. And then another insert mesh. And we'll go ahead and grab a cube. Bottom of here. We can just do it here too. Right down the middle. Split hidden. Move this into place here. Mask the bottom, invert that, move this down, and you know, I could pull some points around if I want. Let's go ahead and bring our document back. Custom 1. Still too small. You know what? I've got the basic idea behind this. I just need the basic shape. So what I'm going to do is just kind of basically get this thing in, and then go in here, insert multiple edge loops. We'll just drag a couple edge loops in there. And then I'm going to do move infinite depth points. And let's kind of move these things around. Okay, Control W. We can do a crease tolerance here. Hit dynamic, and then maybe scale this in just a bit. I don't know how wide those are supposed to be. Looks like it's just a tiny bit narrower than the trigger guard here. And I'm going to do a quick alt tap this one, and I'm going to do group by normals, and then I'm just going to do a polish by features just to kind of smooth out my lines there. There we go. So let's see what else we need to do. I'm going to go ahead and alt tap these ones and just change my crease tolerance down so I can put on my dynamic subdivisions here and kind of see what these things are going to look like. Okay, so now this thing needs a separate piece that's also rounded out, and it's going to be metal. So what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and duplicate this off, and we'll turn on polyframe here, and the metal is going to be about, let's say, that thick. And I don't need this end cap here because we're going to replace it with something rounded. So I'm going to go to delete hidden. And then we're going to close convex hole with the spline and just pull out. And then we can kind of just move these back and forth to kind of dictate how rounded we want that. And it looks like out of this side comes another cylinder. So what I'm going to do is Control Shift and we'll clip these back here. And that'll be like the start of my, and you know what? Let's turn off polygroup here. I want to be a little more in control of that. So now we can put a cylinder in here. And if we want to have that kind of embedded for us, what we can do is isolate this. Control W. Let's do a little transpose modeling. E, Control Shift, bring that in just a little bit. Control Shift, pull that back. Control W, and we'll just do a crease tolerance. And I want to crease this edge. We're going to go to crease, edge loop complete. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we'll just use this as our new cylinder. So again, I'm going to duplicate this off. I'm already in solo mode. Let's see if we can't just paint these polygons I like. And then Control Shift, delete hidden, Alt Q mesh, polygroup all, and then just pull those out. Oh, you know, we've already got this one here. Let's go ahead and just move this one back. And we've got this new cylinder here that fits right in there. Mask, invert, pull it out. Perfect. So now on this rounded part here, we don't need this back end, so I'm going to get rid of that, delete hidden. Let's go close convex hole, and I need to have that flat, and I don't like that polygroup. There we go. So here we're going to move this out, and then I'll go ahead and duplicate this, and we'll do a quick mirror across Z, W. It's way back there. Get over here. There we go. And I guess we can go ahead and merge these two down. So mask, invert, move. There we go. Now if we want to kind of put a slight bevel in here, of course we can do that. I'm going to Alt tap this one, and we'll do a quick bevel, edge loop complete. And then same for this one. And since I've already set those, I can go ahead and do this one, just tapping, and this one, just tapping. Okay, so we've got the metal part here, and we've got the cylinders here. You know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. And I'm just going to take this one all the way back. Boom. And then we'll go ahead and crease this one. Dynamic on. Let's go ahead and crease PG with a crease tolerance. Same for these ones. There we go.